Hello, beautiful souls of Pisces. June is bringing something truly powerful, and it's not just about the stars or the planets, it's about you, your relationships, and the people in your life. Imagine a world where you can instantly tell who truly deserves your time, your energy, and your love. Sounds too good to be true? Well, stick around, because this month, the universe has something special in store for you. You'll finally get the clarity you've been waiting for. Whether it's old friends trying to reconnect, or new people who seem to be pulling on your heartstrings, June will reveal who's genuinely aligned with your path and who is simply draining your spirit. And let me tell you, Pisces, this is the month you'll stop second-guessing yourself and start trusting your intuition like never before. Before we dive into the cosmic forces at play, take a moment to subscribe to Zen Mind Peaceful Life, where we bring you peace, self-awareness, and insight to navigate through life with the stars as your guide. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your fellow Pisces or anyone who needs some astrological guidance right now. By the end of this video, you'll have powerful tools to help you set the right boundaries, protect your energy, and most importantly, identify who's truly worth your time. So stay with me, let's uncover the truths of June together and step into the month with clarity and confidence. The hidden truths of June for Pisces, who's really worth your time. Pisces, June is here, and the stars are sending you a powerful message. This is no ordinary month, it's a time when the universe will open your eyes to something that's been lingering just beneath the surface, the people in your life. You're about to find out who truly deserves your time and energy and who might just be draining you without you even realizing it. It's a cosmic revelation that will guide you through every relationship you've been holding on to. As you navigate this time, you might find yourself reflecting on old friendships, past lovers, and even current acquaintances. And the more you reflect, the clearer it will become, some of these people are meant to be in your life. While others, well, it's time to release them. Don't worry, this isn't about being selfish, it's about protecting your energy, your peace, and your growth. Letting go of toxic connections is just as much about self-love as it is about protecting your peace. Now, let's talk about why June is so significant for you. You've probably heard about Neptune, the planet that rules over your sign, and how its energy can sometimes make things feel a bit blurry. This month, the influence of Neptune will be especially strong. On the one hand, it invites you to dream big and see the world through rose-colored glasses, but on the other hand, it can sometimes blur your judgment and make it hard to see people for who they truly are. So many times, you've found yourself giving chances to people who seemed promising but ended up taking more than they gave. Take, for instance, that friend who always reaches out when they need something, but when you need support, they disappear into the ether. Neptune's fog can make you second-guess your instincts and overlook red flags. But June's celestial shifts will finally bring those red flags into sharp focus. Suddenly, you'll see the situation clearly, who's offering genuine support, and who's just there to take. It's not just about Neptune's influence, though. Venus retrograde is also playing a significant role in this cosmic shift. People from your past, whether they're exes, old friends, or colleagues, may pop back into your life, and it's your job to assess whether they're truly meant to be a part of your future or if they're just nostalgic reminders. Think about it, when was the last time someone from your past reached out? And what was the energy like? Did they offer growth, or did they pull you back into old habits and patterns? You might feel a pull to reconnect, especially with someone you've missed. But the universe is urging you to step back and ask yourself if they align with the person you are now. For example, remember the time an ex tried to reach out, and it felt like they wanted to pick up where things left off. But deep down, you knew the relationship had ended for a reason? This Venus retrograde is the opportunity to reassess, why did it end? Have you both changed, or are you just holding on to what was comfortable? When those moments come up, listen to your gut. That small voice inside you is there for a reason. Sometimes, it's easy to ignore it, especially when the person reaching out is someone you once cared for. But remember, the clarity you need is already within you. If they truly deserve a place in your life, they'll respect the boundaries you've set. If they don't, they'll only push you into old cycles that no longer serve you. Then there's the full moon in Sagittarius, which is a cosmic opportunity for you to reflect. This full moon is especially potent for Pisces, as it shines a light on your relationships, pushing you to examine what's working and what's not. Under the glow of this full moon, the truth becomes undeniable. You'll see clearly which connections are elevating you and which ones are holding you back. For example, a friendship that once seemed supportive might now feel like a constant drain, while someone you've only recently connected with might seem like a breath of fresh air. The full moon brings this energy to the surface, allowing you to choose what stays and what goes. Reflect on your closest friendships. Have you been giving more than you've been receiving? Have you been constantly there for someone, but noticed that when you need them, they're always too busy or too tired? The full moon is a perfect time to take inventory. It's about choosing quality over quantity and aligning yourself with people who resonate with your true essence. Another important shift for you, Pisces, is the necessity of setting boundaries. This might be the hardest part for you because you're naturally a giver. You want to be there for everyone, but you can't pour from an empty cup. June's astrological events are giving you a golden opportunity to reevaluate who deserves access to your energy. Remember, saying no is not a rejection of the person, but rather a declaration of self-respect. The more you say no to the things that drain you, the more energy you create for the things that nourish you. Think about that one friend who always expects you to drop everything at a moment's notice, but when you need help, they're nowhere to be found. Or maybe it's the coworker who continually takes credit for your ideas but never acknowledges your contributions. June is about recognizing that it's okay to step back and say no. It's okay to set boundaries. In fact, it's crucial for your well-being. The more you protect your energy, the more you can show up as your best self for the people who truly appreciate and value you. And here's where the beauty of Pisces energy comes into play, your ability to listen to your intuition. June is urging you to trust those gut feelings. You've always had this intuitive sense that helps you see beyond the surface. And now is the time to lean into it more than ever. If someone feels off, trust that feeling. If you get the sense that someone is just taking, but not giving back, trust that too. It's not about being overly cautious, it's about protecting your peace. The universe is giving you a clear signal, and all you need to do is listen. As an example, think about how you've been in a situation where everything seemed fine on the surface, but deep down, you just knew something wasn't right. Maybe it was a new relationship or a work situation, and your intuition was telling you that something was off. In the past, you might have ignored it, but now, thanks to this month's cosmic energies, you'll feel the pull to pay attention and take action. By trusting your instincts, you're building a life where your energy is always aligned with what feels authentic and nourishing. Trust that your inner voice has your best interests at heart, and let it guide you toward the right people. As you navigate through this transformative month, remember this: you don't need to hold on to relationships just because they're familiar. You have the power to choose who stays in your life and who leaves. Trust the process, trust your intuition, and allow June's celestial shifts to guide you toward more authentic, supportive connections. But, Pisces, this is just the beginning. As the month progresses, there will be more revelations and more opportunities for growth. Are you ready to embrace them? Keep following along, because we're just getting started. Trust the process, trust your intuition, and watch as the universe clears the way for the relationships that truly matter. As June progresses, the energy around you, Pisces, continues to shift. This month brings opportunities for growth and revelations, but also for some tough decisions about the people in your life. It's easy to get caught up in the waves of emotion and nostalgia, especially with Mercury's retrograde still lingering in the background. People from the past, whether they're old friends or past lovers, might reappear, stirring up old feelings. And while it can feel comforting to reconnect, you must ask yourself, is this connection truly in alignment with the person I am becoming? For example, think about a time when an old friend reached out after months of silence. At first, you might have felt relief, excitement, or even guilt for not staying in touch. But deep down, you started to notice the same patterns. The friendship, while once meaningful, had evolved into something that no longer served you. Perhaps they still needed constant emotional support, but weren't there when you needed them. Reconnecting with someone like this may seem harmless, but if you find that you're once again giving more than you're receiving, it's important to reassess the connection. Pisces, June is the perfect time to evaluate whether this past relationship is one you need to revisit or if it's time to let go for good. The truth is, some people are meant to come into our lives only for a season. And that season may have ended. Recognizing that can be tough, especially for you, Pisces, who naturally holds on to memories and connections. It's important to understand that letting go doesn't mean you failed or that the relationship was meaningless. Sometimes, it simply means that you've outgrown it, and that's okay. The universe is constantly evolving, and so are you. This understanding is what brings us to the next pivotal lesson: the importance of practicing self-worth. As a Pisces, your compassionate and nurturing nature often leads you to give without hesitation. But this can sometimes cause you to overextend yourself, pouring into relationships where you are not receiving in return. June's energy will help you understand the critical need to protect your emotional and spiritual boundaries. Self-worth isn't just about knowing you're valuable, it's about demanding that others treat you with the respect and kindness you deserve. Let's take another example. Imagine you've been in a relationship where you've always been the one to make sacrifices. Whether it's adjusting your plans to accommodate someone else's needs or emotionally carrying a partner's burdens. You've done it out of love and loyalty. But there comes a point when the balance tips, and you begin to feel drained, taken for granted. This is where your self-worth comes in. You must be willing to speak up, set boundaries, and ask for the same level of effort, love, and respect in return. If they truly care for you, they will meet you halfway. But if they don't, June's energy will give you the strength to move on. It's crucial to remember that your value is not determined by how much you can give to others. Your worth is inherent, and no one should take advantage of your kindness. Self-worth comes from within, and June is the perfect month for you to reconnect with this truth. If you've been giving your time and energy to people who haven't reciprocated, now is the time to stop and reassess. Ask yourself, am I giving because I want to, or because I feel obligated? This simple question can help you set healthier boundaries and protect your peace moving forward. There's also the matter of the powerful full moon in Sagittarius, which will bring clarity to your life. This moon offers you a unique opportunity to step back and take stock of your relationships. It's like having a cosmic magnifying glass over your life, allowing you to see things more clearly than ever before. If you've been holding on to connections that no longer serve you, this full moon will bring those relationships into sharp focus. You'll feel a pull to let go, to make space for new, healthier connections to enter your life. But that requires you to trust yourself. For instance, consider a situation where you've been friends with someone for years, but every interaction feels heavy, draining, and full of tension. Maybe they're always gossiping, criticizing others, or bringing unnecessary drama into your life. With the full moon in Sagittarius, you'll finally see the bigger picture. No longer will you be blinded by loyalty or fear of confrontation. Instead, you'll recognize that you deserve friendships that lift you up, that make you feel light, inspired, and supported. The full moon offers the perfect cosmic backdrop for releasing these toxic connections and making room for the positive energy you deserve. One of the most important aspects of this month is learning the art of saying no without feeling guilty. It's something that many Pisces struggle with, given their natural inclination to please others. But here's the thing, saying no isn't about rejecting people, it's about protecting your own well-being. If you're constantly saying yes to others, you might be saying no to yourself. This month, June urges you to change that. Practice saying no when it's necessary, even if it's uncomfortable at first. It's a healthy form of self-care that will allow you to prioritize your needs and focus on the relationships that truly matter. Take a moment to reflect on the people in your life who may be draining you, whether consciously or unconsciously. Maybe it's a family member who always expects you to drop everything and take care of their problems, leaving you feeling exhausted. Or maybe it's a colleague who constantly asks for favors, yet never returns the same level of support. It's time to set boundaries with these individuals. Saying no can be as simple as telling someone, "I'm unable to help right now," or "I need to take some time for myself." At first, it might feel uncomfortable, but over time, you'll realize how empowering it is to stand up for your own peace. And while all of this is happening, don't forget the importance of staying connected to your intuition. As a Pisces, you are deeply in tune with the subtle energies around you. The more you trust your intuition, the more empowered you will feel to navigate these shifts in your relationships. Your gut is never wrong. It's your inner compass guiding you toward the right people, experiences, and opportunities. When you feel that nagging feeling that something isn't right, trust it. When you feel an inner pull toward someone or something, listen to it. Your intuition is your greatest ally, and this month, it will be more powerful than ever before. For example, think back to times when you ignored your instincts, maybe a relationship that you thought would work out but ended up leaving you heartbroken. Or a situation where you felt uncomfortable, but went along with it anyway, only to regret it later. This month, you'll be able to see those patterns more clearly. You'll recognize the signs earlier and trust yourself to make better decisions. Ultimately, June is all about empowerment for you, Pisces. You're learning to trust yourself, trust the process, and trust the messages the universe is sending your way. The people who truly deserve your time will elevate you, make you feel supported, and help you grow. Those who do not will begin to fall away, and it will no longer hurt to let them go. Embrace the changes, trust your intuition, and remember, you are worthy of relationships that nourish your soul, not drain it. So, keep moving forward with faith and confidence. June is your month to align with the people who truly deserve your energy and to create space for new connections that will bring joy, peace, and growth into your life. Trust the process, and know that the universe has your back. As the days of June unfold, Pisces, the energy around you grows more intense, like a tide steadily pulling you toward clarity. This is a month of revelations, a time when the universe invites you to shed the layers of confusion and see who's really deserving of your time. Your naturally empathetic and compassionate nature has always led you to give more than you sometimes should. But June's celestial shifts will show you how to balance that generosity with self-respect. You've likely noticed it in your life before, people who show up only when it's convenient for them, but seem to disappear when you need support. They might be well-meaning, but you know deep down that their presence isn't as mutually beneficial as you once thought. Perhaps there's a friend who reaches out only when they want something, but when you need help, they're nowhere to be found. The fog that Neptune brings often clouds your judgment, making you want to believe that these relationships are still worth your energy. This month, though, you will begin to see the truth with a sharpness that you haven't felt in a long time. The connections you've been holding on to, those that no longer nurture you, will begin to reveal their true nature. Think about a time when you felt compelled to reconnect with someone from your past. Maybe it was an ex-lover or an old friend who you thought you missed. The nostalgia creeped in, and for a moment, you believed that maybe things could be different now. But as soon as you reconnected, the patterns began to reappear. That old friend still didn't make any effort to understand your boundaries. Or that ex still tried to play on your emotions, pulling you back into a cycle that was no longer healthy. This is what Venus retrograde is all about, offering you a chance to revisit the past, but urging you to ask the hard questions. Do they truly deserve a place in your future? Or are you simply holding on to old emotions that no longer align with the person you've become? For instance, there's a tendency to rush into old patterns when someone you care about comes back into your life. It feels safe, comfortable, and familiar, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Maybe there was a time when they were a significant part of your journey, but now, months or years later, you've grown in ways they haven't. The mistake many make is confusing the comfort of familiarity with the belief that the person has changed. The truth is, if they haven't made the effort to evolve alongside you, their presence will only hold you back. June is about facing this reality head-on, no longer clinging to past relationships that have no space in your present. One of the key challenges for you, Pisces, is distinguishing between the relationships that are worth nurturing and those that have run their course. It's easy for you to want to help, to pour your energy into others, but June will push you to reflect on whether that energy is being reciprocated. For example, consider a colleague who always leans on you for advice, yet never supports you when you're in need. You might feel obligated to help, to be the ever-present shoulder to lean on. But at what cost? June asks you to recognize the importance of balance. It's not enough to be the one who gives all the time. Your emotional bank account needs deposits too. When you constantly find yourself giving and never receiving, the relationship becomes imbalanced, and your energy gets drained. This is where your intuition steps in. It will guide you to recognize when it's time to pull back and prioritize your own well-being. As you navigate this month, you'll also come face to face with a powerful lesson about boundaries. Pisces, you've often struggled with saying no because you fear disappointing others. You fear that if you don't always show up, you'll be seen as selfish or uncaring. But June is your reminder that it's okay to say no. It's not selfish to protect your peace, it's essential for your emotional health. You don't have to be available 24/7 for people who don't appreciate your time. Setting boundaries is not about rejecting others, it's about reclaiming your energy. Imagine you're in a situation where a friend or a family member constantly asks you to do things that you don't want to do. Whether it's running errands, attending events, or just offering emotional labor. The guilt might start creeping in, and you may feel torn between doing what's expected and taking care of yourself. This is where saying no becomes a powerful act of self-care. Instead of automatically agreeing out of guilt, try pausing and asking yourself, does this serve me? Is this a situation where I can offer support without sacrificing my own well-being? More often than not, the answer will be no. And that's perfectly okay. When you say no, you're honoring your own needs and ensuring that when you do say yes, it's from a place of genuine desire to help, not out of obligation. Another aspect of June's energy is the profound influence of the full moon in Sagittarius. This is a moon that will shine light on your relationships, helping you see clearly who's truly aligned with your path and who's pulling you in the wrong direction. This moon will feel like a reset, pushing you to make choices that are in harmony with your personal growth. You might find that some people in your life, no matter how much history you share, simply don't fit into the next chapter you're trying to create for yourself. Maybe it's a friend who constantly brings negativity into your life, or a partner who doesn't respect your dreams and aspirations. The full moon will give you the courage to step back, to recognize when it's time to walk away, and to make room for healthier, more supportive relationships. Think back to times when you've stayed in relationships longer than you should have. Maybe it was a toxic friendship that you held onto because you didn't want to seem like you were abandoning someone in need. Or a romantic relationship that seemed like it could work out, even though you both clearly weren't in alignment anymore. The full moon brings clarity to these situations, allowing you to see them for what they truly are. You'll find that once you release these connections, you feel a sense of freedom and peace that you hadn't realized was missing. But here's the thing, Pisces, letting go isn't easy, especially when emotions are involved. You might feel guilty or like you're betraying someone. But as you begin to trust yourself more and more, you'll see that these decisions are not about hurting others, they're about protecting yourself. When you let go of relationships that drain you, you make room for the ones that will support and uplift you. This is also where the power of intuition comes into play. As a Pisces, you're incredibly intuitive, and your gut has always been a reliable guide. Throughout June, your intuition will be especially sharp, leading you to make the right decisions when it comes to your relationships. If something feels off, trust it. If a person's actions don't align with their words, trust that gut feeling. You might find yourself pulling away from situations or people who once felt comfortable, but your intuition is pushing you towards something better. It might not be easy to follow, but doing so will ultimately bring you peace and fulfillment. You might even notice that certain people start falling away from your life on their own. This is not something to fear, this is the universe clearing the way for the relationships that truly matter. And you'll find, as you release these draining connections, you feel lighter, more in tune with your authentic self, and more aligned with your true path. Trust that as you embrace these changes, you're opening up space for new, supportive relationships to enter your life. So, Pisces, as June continues to unfold, remember this: you are not obligated to keep people in your life just because they've always been there. You deserve to be surrounded by individuals who value your time, your energy, and your heart. And if someone is no longer contributing positively to your journey, don't be afraid to let them go. This is your month of transformation, where the universe is showing you the way to true peace and fulfillment. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. And trust that the people who truly deserve your time will remain. The rest will fall away, and that's exactly how it's meant to be. As June continues to unfold, Pisces, the energy around you becomes even more pronounced. You've already seen how the cosmic forces are urging you to release connections that no longer serve your highest good. But the universe isn't just pushing you to let go, it's also encouraging you to embrace your personal growth. There's a certain power in recognizing your own worth and allowing that recognition to guide your actions. And June is the time to lean fully into that energy. Self-worth is an essential aspect of your journey this month, and you'll feel it most in your relationships. There's a delicate balance between giving to others and making sure you're not depleting yourself in the process. For so long, you may have found yourself overextending, sacrificing your own needs to make others feel comfortable or cared for. But June's cosmic energy demands a shift. It's not about being selfish. It's about being self-aware. Your value doesn't depend on how much you can give, it's inherent, and once you fully embrace this, your relationships will transform. Think about a time when you gave more than you received, and how it made you feel in the long run. Maybe it was a relationship where you gave emotionally and physically, only to realize that your energy wasn't being reciprocated. The emotional drain from that can leave you feeling empty. And often, it's hard to walk away from a connection like that because of the emotional attachment. But June is here to remind you that your energy is sacred, Pisces. If someone can't meet you where you are, it's time to reassess whether they truly deserve your time. This process of redefining your relationships is not easy, especially for someone as sensitive and compassionate as you. But with the influence of Neptune, which rules over Pisces, you'll feel a strong pull to trust your instincts and intuition more than ever. The universe is giving you an opportunity to step into your own power. And it's showing you the importance of setting clear boundaries. Saying no is not a sign of weakness, Pisces, it's a declaration of your worth. You can love others deeply, but it's also essential to love yourself enough to say, "This is what I need, and this is what I deserve." Consider how much more fulfilling your relationships could be if you stopped overextending yourself and allowed those around you to meet you halfway. Perhaps there's a friend who constantly leans on you for emotional support but never seems to offer anything in return. You may feel guilt or hesitation in setting boundaries. But it's time to honor your own emotional needs. The more you prioritize your own well-being, the more you'll attract people who do the same for you. The full moon in Sagittarius is particularly significant this month, as it brings everything into focus. Under the moon's light, you'll see clearly who has been draining your energy and who is uplifting you. It's as if a veil will be lifted, and you'll recognize exactly where to put your energy moving forward. This is not the time for people-pleasing or staying in relationships that have passed their prime. The Sagittarius full moon offers clarity and a chance for you to make decisions that reflect your personal growth. Picture this: you've been in a friendship where the dynamic is constantly one-sided. You give, and they take, without ever offering anything in return. The full moon in Sagittarius gives you the insight you need to make a change. The light of the moon will shine on your situation, illuminating the truth that you've been avoiding. You'll feel empowered to step back, even if it's difficult. It's not about abandoning the person. It's about realizing that you deserve more than what they're offering. This clarity is not limited to friendships. In romantic relationships, this is also a powerful time to recognize whether your partner is truly aligned with your goals and values. If there's been ongoing tension or if you feel unsupported, the full moon will give you the strength to have the difficult conversations you may have been avoiding. The moon's energy encourages you to ask the hard questions. Is this relationship helping me grow? Is this relationship bringing me peace? Or is it contributing to stress? June will help you create the space you need to attract relationships that align with your true self. But this doesn't mean you'll automatically find the perfect connections overnight. Rather, this is a time of emotional and spiritual realignment. It's about recognizing who belongs in your life and who needs to be released, no matter how difficult that might feel. As the month progresses, you will also come to realize how powerful it is to let go of the things that no longer serve you. Sometimes, letting go doesn't come with a grand emotional release. It's more about making the conscious decision to stop feeding energy into something that isn't aligned with your purpose. Perhaps it's a relationship that no longer feels genuine. Or a job that drains your spirit. The universe is giving you permission to stop clinging to what's familiar and embrace what's to come. One of the biggest hurdles for Pisces is allowing themselves to grow without guilt. You have such a deep connection to others and often feel responsible for their emotions or well-being. But this sense of responsibility can be overwhelming when you forget about your own needs. The key to navigating June's powerful shifts lies in remembering that your growth is not selfish. In fact, the more you grow, the more you'll have to offer others. When you heal and protect your energy, you create the space for healthier, more nurturing relationships to flourish. As you step into this new phase of emotional clarity, remember to trust your intuition. It's your greatest ally in navigating these changes. Throughout June, your gut will be your compass, guiding you toward the right decisions. When something doesn't feel right, listen to that inner voice. Your intuition is the universe's way of speaking directly to you, urging you to trust yourself and take action. There will be moments when you'll be faced with tough decisions. You'll feel the pull to give in to old patterns, to reconnect with people who are familiar but not necessarily good for you. But June is about stepping into your personal power, Pisces. It's about breaking free from the cycle of self-sacrifice and stepping into a space of self-respect and love. It's okay to walk away from situations that no longer serve you, even if it's uncomfortable at first. By doing so, you're making room for something more aligned with your higher self. So as June moves forward, keep embracing the power of self-awareness and growth. Trust that the universe is guiding you toward the relationships and experiences that will nourish your soul. You deserve people who celebrate you, support your dreams, and offer you the same level of care that you so freely give to others. And finally, Pisces, as you navigate through this transformative month, remember that you are not alone in this journey. The cosmos are working with you to bring clarity, strength, and peace into your life. Keep trusting your intuition, setting boundaries, and walking away from what no longer serves you. It's time for you to step into your full potential. And June is the month to do it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it with anyone who needs to hear these messages. Zen Mind Peaceful Life is here to guide you on your journey, so make sure you're subscribed for more insights and guidance. Remember, your peace and growth are worth it. Keep following your intuition, Pisces, and the universe will always have your back.